You can put it in the C drive or in the program files, it doesn't really matter. I don't really want to go into my program files because obviously my computer's directory structure and what's in there is private. But so hence why I'm doing it on the desktop. You can choose, what you want to do and where you want to put it. So if you just extract here, and then again that will take about 10 minutes or so to download. Okay, so yeah, as I say, if you just extract it to wherever you want to extract it, and then you'll get this. You'll get the Eclipse folder, and then in here you'll have an application called Eclipse. You just double click that, and then it will start to load up. It might take a while depending on what kind of PC you've got. It shouldn't take overly that long, but give it a minute or so. So again, we're still waiting, and as I said, this is all worth it. This might seem a lot of hassle to start off with, but we will benefit from it. Now I've got a workspace for web. It will generally default to just workspace. Just click OK. That's fine. And what's happened is because I've already got an instance of it open, which is here. It's obviously not allowed me to go into it. Anyway, so what I'll do, I'll get rid of that and just start from the beginning, just to make sure that everything is the same with what happens with yours and my experience. Just make sure our experiences are the same, because at this point we don't want anything different to happen. I just want to get everything set up for you. Okay, so we're basically provided with this. Just go to File, New, and then you'll get Static Web Project. So just do that. Just create a static web project. Just call it Test. I'm going to ask you to delete this after we're done. So we've got Test 2 here. You can call it Test if you like, but it seems like I've already got a package or a project called Test. Anyway, so just double click on Test or Test 2, whatever you've called it. Go to Web Content, just click that once, right click, go New, and just HTML file. Once you've done that, just I'm going to just call it new file.html. You can call it whatever you like. And what I have done is I've gone to Window Preferences, General, Appearance, Colors and Fonts, gone to the very top with Basic, and then just right clicked on Text Font, edited that and just made it 18. It's just so that you guys can see everything that I'm doing clearly over YouTube. Maybe you want to do it just to make it a little more readable, because 10 font is, I don't know about you, but I find that quite small. Okay, so I'm just going to put in test here, and then just go to run, save changes, say yes, and then choose an existing server. Well, you won't be able to choose an existing server unless you have a HTTP server already running, in which case if you do, you probably don't need to be looking at this tutorial. Anyway, just go to manually define a new server and just go HTTP preview. Just hit next and just finish. It might not work for me because it might already have that port being in use. No, it works. That's great. And there we are. It creates our web page within Eclipse. So if you just double click on the insert title here, there we are. That's what it will look like in a browser. Or if you just highlight our localhost 8080, just highlight the URL, paste that in there, and OK. And there we are. We've got the test. So we can see that our this is what our web page looks like, which is not exactly brilliant, obviously, but at least it shows that Eclipse is working as it should be. Okay. Now, whenever we make a change to our website, so if I put test, you always have to run it again. So you're going to have to go run, yes to saving, and then just click on the server that you wanted. So for me, it's going to be whatever one says started, finish, and then yeah, you might get test come up and you're thinking, what the hell is going on? Just copy the URL again, stick it into Chrome or Internet Explorer or something, and then there we are, we'll get test come up. So what I suggest you do is keep a empty web page up for testing, and then just copy and paste the URL. And what you'll find is when you run this and run it again, you may need to hit Control and F5 to clear your cache whenever you're looking at this again. But don't worry, every time that we need to test something, I'll remind you what to hit. And if you get any problems, you can obviously feel free to send me an email. So I know that this probably looks a little convoluted, this probably looks a little much for just making a website, because you can use a basic text editor. But as we go further and further on in these tutorials, I really need you to become comfortable with Eclipse, because it's going to make our life a hell of a lot easier when it comes to client-side and server-side programming. And I mean, I'm very familiar with it as well. I've been using Eclipse for a fair while now. So yeah, that is Eclipse, and this is what we're going to be using as a tool for creating our web applications. So yeah, I hope you come back to the next tutorial, in which we'll be looking at the basic HTML tag structure, and I'll be taking you through what all of that means. And then we'll obviously be one step